Welcome back to Across Louisiana. You know, it's been a while since we've gotten a visit from the Southern University School of Business, but they have lots of exciting things going on and really crucial work at a crucial time. And here to tell us all about it is Dr. Donald Andrews. Welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
Obviously, Southern is such a huge part of our community and has such a great impact. But for folks who might not be familiar with sort of the scope of the School of Business and the events you have going on, tell them a little bit about it.
Well, we have a great program at the College of Business. Of course, we graduate students, and we have students who more or less go out and do great things in the corporate world. But what we're promoting here today is that we have a University Center for Economic Development. And as we know, everyone's concerned about economic development.
That's
the
right.
economy, more or less, is not growing as fast as we'd like for it to do. And so we're talking about innovation and entrepreneurship and how we can move the economy forward. This program more or less takes into consideration not only the Southern University component in terms of the College of Business, but we have also the Small Business Development Center that outreach and provides training to the community. We also have Louisiana Economic Development that we are part of this conference. We have a host of presenters in terms of Lift Fund, in terms of how people can get funding, but we also have three dynamic speakers. We have a speaker coming in from Cornell, Dr. Ralph Christie, who is the Clark Entrepreneurship Professor. We have Ivy Allen with the Mid-South Foundation. And we also have Ms. Phaeton from University of North Alabama to talk about strategic doing. We do a lot of strategic planning today, but now we need to understand how do we actually get some things done. And so we want to move the Louisiana economy forward. We see more or less innovation and entrepreneurship being quite important all around the United States. We see what's going on out in the Silicon Valley. We see what's going on in North Carolina, the Research Triangle. So we're trying to bring a bit of that concept here in terms of what we're doing with this conference.
That's obviously something that needs to be focused on all the time, but even more so here and even more so now. And I'm glad you mentioned the small business aspect of that. For people who might not be familiar with that, explain to me a little bit about that part of this program.
Right. We will have training sessions in terms of how people can become certified in various areas, 8A, whatever other kinds of programs that are being developed by the Small Business Development Center. They do a great job of providing training in terms of getting you bankable, how you can start your small business. They work with startups, but also more or less in terms of having impact with businesses that are already in business, how they can expand and grow their business. So it's going to be a wonderful conference. In other words, we want economic developers to come. We want people who are professional economic developers, because there's going to be a lot of activity going on. It's June 16 through the 18th. We're going to have the major speakers, but we're also going to have speakers from across the state of Louisiana talking about programs that they have basically instituted to help economic development throughout Louisiana. So we'll have speakers from Shreveport, from Baton Rouge, from New Orleans. We have Adam Knapp with the local Chamber of Commerce. We have Byron Clayton with the Research Park. We have Dr. Dave Norris from Louisiana Tech, who's the Chief Innovation Officer. So we see universities are understanding that they have to play a wider role. A lot of the technology and innovation is coming out of the university. So we want to be involved in this, and we want to show more or less how we can showcase the research and technology that's available in the university, but how it also can be brought out into the community to help small businesses start and move forward in the dynamic, growing innovation economy.
I know you just mentioned, obviously, an extensive list of speakers. It's really comprehensive, and I think you also touched on it earlier that, you know, in this program, you have a comprehensive group of organizations that are helping. You mentioned some of the organizations that you're partnering with to help make this happen. Okay.
We have Economic Development Administration. We have our center. We have the LED, Louisiana Economic Development. We have SBA, Small Business Administration. We have the Southern University Ag Center. We also have the Louisiana Licensing Board of Contractors that's going to be there to show people more or less how they can improve and get contractors licensed and things of that nature. We also have Lift Fund that's going to be showing information about how you can find funding for these great ideas.
Fantastic. Sounds like a great event. I know people are going to want to take part in it. Thanks so much for coming on and telling us all about it.
Thank you.
Sure thing.
All right.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Across Louisiana. I'd like to thank all of our guests for joining us today, and thank you for joining us as well. Get out there and have a great weekend, everyone.